Alright, I may be a few minutes early, but, you know, I figured I might as well just launch it now. As is always the case, please bear with me just one moment while I try to load up the tool side of things on my end. Alright, there we go, got that loaded up. So, to kick this off, I am not uninitiated in the realm of the GTA type games. However, I have more of an experience playing... Oh man, I can't think of the title of it right now. I had it when I was writing up the comments here. I think it was Saints Row. But yeah, I hope I'm getting that right. I think it was Saints Row that I played a lot more of. My experience of GTA, I think, as with a lot of people, started back in the PS2 era. Actually, my experience with GTA started with a friend of a family, who started all the way back in, I don't even know what console it was. It might have just been the PlayStation 1. It was a top-down view, and you were just, from what I recall, it's been so long, you just took a car, went on a joyride, and it was like building up points off to the side. It's been a long time, please forgive me on being wrong with that. But my exposure playing GTA started back, I think, in the PS2 era. A friend of mine was a big fan of it. I picked it up here and there. Wasn't really my thing. Then down the line, the PSP comes out, and I think that's where a lot of people like really kicked off. For the people who didn't start on the PS2, that was the alternate big start point. Then you go down the line, obviously you get GTA 5, and God, how old is GTA 5 by now? It's got to be more than 10 years old, right? GTA 5 comes out, it's iconic. I never actually watched anybody even play the main storyline. However, GTA 5 had a thriving online community, and I've watched a lot of people do custom boards, where they're like challenge runs or things like that on GTA 5. That is the entirety of my extent of knowledge on Grand Theft Auto. When we get into Saints Row, again, Saints Row 2 is the one that I first got exposure to, again, through a friend of a family. Not the same one. I started on Saints Row the 3rd, which was, in my opinion, just a fantastic, phenomenal game. And then it was, oh man, did they call it Saints Row 4? I think they really did just simplify it down to Saints Row 4. And that came out, and it was just a weird superhero, not quite superhero experience. And it reminded me heavily of, if anybody remembered playing, I think it was back in the PS3 era and the Xbox 360, there was a game called Prototype, and the kind of superhero powers you got in Saints Row 4 strongly reminded me of those. I also see that there are comments coming in that YouTube is blocking out for me right now. Alright, it was in the PS2 era. Thank you for that. But anyways, that gives my backstory with all of this down, so let's just get started. We're gonna pick Mr. J-Pop, because every single one of these games has only two flavors. Whatever stylized female character that is on the board, and then Mr. J-Pop himself. You don't even get the fun hentai protagonist look, right? Where it's covering the eyes and you really don't even get to see that. There was a game recently that did that, Arknight's Enfield. But that was just because they gave him a mask.
This isn't rain.
Oh shit, everyone's getting infected with the anime. Honestly, I feel like this is how it would have to happen too. Nobody would take it well. Even weebs would look at this moment and just be like, yo, shit's fuck? They're actually getting raptured by the anime. Oh shit, there was another game that that this reminds me of.
This is Team 13. Search and rescue in sector NTE.
Scarlet Nexus. Something about this is giving me strong Scarlet Nexus vibes.
We're trying to evac the recovered survivors ASAP.
Copy that. Second lockdown is about to commence. Evacuate immediately via the updated safe route. Current safe route is Football Street.
Oh shit, are we a Fed?
Signal's breaking.
Everyone gets raptured by the anime. And we have to start out as a goddamn Fed, don't we?
Damn it, stop him! Don't let him take out the black box gas! It wants me. It wants me to see clearly!
For the record, as you keep seeing my mouse pop up, I am playing on keyboard and mouse, which is not my standard way to play.
Everyone do not look directly at the hyperport.
Oh. Everyone gets raptured by the anime, and the first anime male we see is a furry. At least we get some eye candy for the second dose.
Look at it. Isn't it gorgeous?
Well, you know, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
A lovely little appetizer.
This is absolutely, like, fantastic animation, though. Like, it just looks really good. Alright, sleepy vampire girl. I love the goofy bat form, though. So what I really like about her power display is, again, I got robbed recently with Code Vein 2. Alright, looks like it's the same combat that all of these things do. You got the dodge.
Dodge the move. I'll go home early today.
Something about it feels really slow, though. Like, there is a lot of... It's the, it really is slowed down by her, like, stopping her running. She has that little, let me see if I can make it happen here. Without getting shot up. Yeah, it's the, that stagger at the end of the run cycle. It really feels like it slows things down. I assume it's wanting me to just, there we go, keep triggering that. It's, I can't describe how bad this actually feels to try and trigger the combat. I don't know if it's just because I'm jumping in between, but the character has, there's no flow into the combat. I'm sitting there clicking the attack button like 10 times before she even swings for the first time. Let's see if that carries over here. Again, at least this one you can go right into something. It's got a slow follow-up. But even if it's a slow follow-up, at least it feels like something is kicking off right at the beginning.
You're nothing special. All in a day's work.
I'm gonna break this down and give a little bit more thoughts afterwards, but I feel like if I stop to actually try to say anything right now, I'm just gonna end up getting my ass kicked because, like I said, I'm bad enough at the game on my own. These style of games I am not particularly competent in.
Attaboy. Just charging forward. Losing the harder.
I will say, this girl, they all have that really slow begin. For some reason, hers feels a little bit more responsive in the initial shots there.
Better get feeling satisfied. Look at you, always in a rush.
Alright, I'm assuming that's now us taking a look at the first three characters. So I'm gonna start talking now. All of the combat honestly felt terrible.
Leaving us with the
I've
boring
played
stuff.
I've played a little bit of Genshin Impact. I've played a fair bit more of Wuthering Waves. Again, I played Arknight Enfield. I like Wuthering Waves and Arknight Enfield more. There have been a few others that I've played and checked out as well, but I can't overstate, in my opinion, it just from this first initial playthrough, the combat is god awful. There is just a strong sense of everything slows. Okay, I'm trying to think of how to explain this in a way that I think a lot of people who aren't familiar with at least playing these games is. Again, I'm not good at them. I can admit fully I'm not good at them. But there is a combat flow in this that feels like playing a Sonic game, where you want all of the flow to just kind of meld together and to be a great transitional experience. But if you've ever played a Sonic game and you just smack into a wall and everything comes to a dead stop and it feels like all of that momentum that you built up just disappeared and is just dead in the water now, the combat feels like that every single time. You just aren't 100% on the dodge right back into the flow. If you dodge early and you just get a normal dodge, it seems like you're jump back in, you get an initial hit, and then you don't get to do anything for a while. You have to go through a slow reset in your character, and you're just waiting for something to happen. Even just somebody else to try to hit me so that I can try to dodge out of it and try again. It was not fun. I'm gonna be honest, it was pretty bad, so I hope the rest of the game has more to offer than that. Anyways, I've got a lot of comments to pick up on, so welcome in, Richard. How are things going? Hopefully things are going well. Yes, the music is good, the animations are good, the visuals are good, I like the characterized styles. Again, the furry guy is just... First of all, if it's your first time here, and I know that you two here it's not, I really don't have a lot against the whole furry character concept. But it just looked like generic furry guy. There was not a lot of style, there wasn't a lot of substance to him. It was just... It felt like that furry anime that a lot of people are really into, Beast Stars. And it was just like, cool. Wolf guy in a suit. Oh, also, I realized that I'm having double audio.
Looks like.
I apologize about that. Alright, let me go through these comments here. I downloaded this on my phone, but have yet to play it. I also have Saints Row the 3rd and 4th on Switch. I didn't realize that they were on Switch. I figured that first comment would be censored before you said it. Thought I'd elaborate. I assume it must have been, because I don't see a first comment other than, you know, the talk about the PS2 era in those games. Alright, I do like this this depiction of Thing.
No, fine, fine. Since I won't be able to keep you company for much longer, I'll let it slide this time.
Oh, could it be possible that the supernatural abilities of espers have the same origin as anomalies?
The music is giving cyberpunk vibes. Yes, a furry. The black and white haired girl is cute. Now you get to play as Legoshi. I didn't even read the comment yet. 100% it just looks like Mr. Beastars. Now the girl with the girls. Is it Sonish Unleashed Werehog levels of bad? I'm gonna say maybe even potentially worse. When it's going, it feels good. When it's going, it feels much better. But when I say that it makes you stop, I mean it is a brick wall. I am literally waiting for the enemy to hit me instead, just so I don't have to sit there and wait that amount of time. You know? And I think it says a lot when your combat hits a point of stalling so hard that you just want to get punched in the face.
Welcome to the Hetero Bureau of Anomaly Control. Nice to meet you. I am Nellie, the Secretary General.
Hello, Miss Nellie.
The director is in the office right now. Please follow me.
Alright, we got a TARDIS here going on. Left briefly because Caroline Makes Music uploaded. Back now, though. Oh, that's right. She is going to be doing her, Is it Friday that she usually does as a consistent thing? Or is that usually Saturday? It's been a while since I've done the, I missed the last week's stream, and it's been a while since I've watched hers. Definitely when she goes live, but, you know, I've checked out some of her music pieces here and there. And this is absolutely the TARDIS.
Are these numbers?
It's much bigger on the
anomaly
inside.
Fluctuations in the city?
Yes. The Wertheimer Index measures how much an object deviates from reality. By monitoring the changes in the Wertheimer Index across different areas, we can respond to emerging anomalies.
The Wertheimer Index in the half-ward strongly fluctuates. Unit 6 won't last very long.
No, I'm dead serious. He's just got no style to him.
I could finally have some fun.
Like, give his outfit some more color. Like, I like the red. I like the red there, but like more. He needs some flavor because, like, look at her. The guy has as much style as any one of the agents, but everybody else is just dripping with their design. Why was he left so bland and boring? Even the main character, like, it's clearly I'm a secret agent, but I'm not one of those secret agents. I'm the main character secret agent. Hold the alt. There we go. Give me cursor access. Alright, let's take. Oh, that's lame. Oh, that's a lame jump. I'll be honest, I was hoping to really enjoy this game, so I am not shitting on this with the intent of being contrarian, because I was definitely enjoying Arknight's Enfield. The movement is fine enough. I like the dodge distance. It's not too much, it's not too little. But that jump, not only is it just missing any flair, like there's no stylized, again, video games like this kind of rely on a design element. This feels like just generic. This feels like a PS2 jump. Speaking of the TARDIS, I once read a post on Twitter that described Doctor Who as British Kamen Rider and have never forgotten it. Man, I wish it was. I don't think that's a very accurate description of Doctor Who. Doctor Who is like one of those DC heroes that are trying to be a detective. There's something almost pseudo detective noir to a lot of the Doctor Who that I've watched. That's not the right thing to point to, but there's something almost adjacent to that, right? It's clearly super fantasy adjacent. It's sci-fi taken to an almost superhero level. It's very campy and fun. I guess I would say, you know, if the interpretation of that is, it is to the Brits what Kamen Rider is to the Japanese, I could kind of see where they're coming at with that. But if you're trying to say that, like, it as a show is in that vein, I'd have to say I heavily disagree. Because, yeah, it really gives a lot more... I don't want to say thriller. I don't want to say suspense either. But it's also not an action show. It definitely dips its toe into many genres. But at the end of the day, there is something almost sort of detective-esque about a lot of Doctor Who.
Seeing you so spirited, Mint, puts my mind at ease. Is this an anomaly for temporary containment?
Only Saints Row the 3rd and 4 are... Okay. Only Saints Row the 3rd and 4 are on Switch. For some reason, 1 and 2 aren't, though. I don't know if they ever did a... Hold on a second. Give me 1 minute. I don't know if they ever did a remake for Saints Row 1 and 2, but otherwise, I don't even think I've ever... I know my friend Jay played Saints Row 1. He's also the one that played Saints Row 2. That was my first exposure to it. But, like, I've known Jay since middle school. Probably since... I might have known Jay since before my brother was born. Like, it might genuinely be... like, before I was 7 years old. So, I have no idea how far back you have to go for Saints Row 1. I imagine it's got to be a PlayStation 1 game, but I have no recollection of anything about it.
A troublesome one sent over by a senior colleague. They haven't found a way to nullify it yet. The higher-ups told me to put it in TempCon for now.
As I was saying, if we look at Mint here, this is a character that has so much going on for her design. Again, you've got obviously the general outfit, but you've got all of these accessories that are just very... They build out a new unique character. I can't get over just how lame the wolf guy was. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not used to... I know a lot of furries. I know a lot of furry artists. And a lot of these people are wildly creative. And there is a tendency to love vibrant colors and things that pop. There is a certain style that so many of them at least kind of are tapping into, this hyper stylized element. And for that guy to have just been the blandest, most basic... He was more basic bitch than the humans on screen.
Mint, this is the director's guest.
Just kidding. If you're with the director.
And the thing is I imagine he was put in here to try and be the draw for a lot of the female audience.
But if you ever
A
want to
lot
join
of
the CSU,
women
feel free to
love
ask
the
me for a
wolf
recommendation
archetype
letter.
character designs concepts.
All right.
He seems to, or not he, that seems to be a big fan favorite across a lot of these types of games. Zenless Zone Zero did that, which, by the way, I played a bit of Zenless Zone Zero as well. Another one that I've at least dipped into, checked out, looked into a little bit. So when I'm telling you that, like, I've at least experienced some of these action free-to-play games, so I know a little bit about how the combat flows on a lot of them, and they're all a lot of them are very, very similar. I shouldn't say they're all very similar, but they carry that high, you know, perfect dodge attack systems. A lot of them carry that from one to the other, and there is just something abysmally bad about how this one plays.
Could never
never get my eyes away from them. Looks like they're heading out on a mission. Is it an anomaly somewhere?
Min, what's the second article of the company?
It's
All right, now I have not watched a lot of K-pop Demon Hunters. I will say that, again, that's something that I've experienced secondhand from my nieces. But there is something very K-pop Demon Hunters about how these scenes are playing out right here.
Min says everyone has a unique scent.
Yeah, speaking
And
of,
she likes
Zenless
to
Zone
nickname
Zero
people
actually has
based
some
on
really
what
cool
she
furry
smells.
designs.
To her,
They're heavily
you probably
stylized.
smell
They're
like cocoa.
very iconic. You look at them and you can say that's the furry from Zenless Zone Zero. I'm trying to think. There's like the butler wolf guy. He's like not a bear, but he's bigger than what you'd think of for a furry
Director,
wolf.
the guest
I
has
would
arrived.
just say he's very furry wolf bear. Definitely more wolf there, but he's an iconic look. He's a character design that people look at and say, I know who that is, I know where he's from.
The escorter from Groth Island has finally learned to be punctual.
And it's very in theme with Zenless Zone
should be
Zero.
our first
I also
official
think
meeting.
that, again, that is one of
Let's
those
skip the
characters that
boring
is a big
pleasantries
fan
and get straight
favorite
to the point.
amongst female players, and it's heavily because of his stylized and the I don't want to just feed into internet slang, but he's got an aura about him that is very visually and thematically appealing. I can't get over that on this.
7 weeks ago, New Helios experienced a
How do you
Class
make
7
a
anomaly
werewolf
disaster,
boring?
Hypervortex.
I'm getting some Ruby vibes from these cutscenes. I can kind of see that too. I would definitely be more pointing to some of the later Ruby myself. I think a lot of early Rubies was still very experimental. Oh man, I can't think of the. Man, I used to watch so much of his early stuff, and I can't think of the animator right now for a lot of the early Ruby. He did so many other projects. Man, it's gonna eat me up.
You appeared with an unknown anomaly, both undetectable by the Wertheimer Index.
I just realized
We have
I was
never
behind
seen
on the
anything
stream, so
like
I
this.
replied to the Saints Row thing a little late. It's all good, man. It's more like British Star Trek flavored Doctor Strange. That's how I described. That's not a bad way
The
to go about it.
hypervortex
I
was
still think there is a
nullified,
certain
and Code Zero disappeared as well.
more
You, who were brought
detective-esque
back from
element
the
to
sea,
it, but
have no
Star Trek
memory of
plays into a
anything
lot of those
before your
vibes
appearance.
and hits a lot of the sci-fi elements.
During your observation on Groth Island, did you recall anything about the Code Zero or your past?
I still have no memory of anything before.
After the hypervortex incident, the Code Zero reappeared briefly. You, having faced it at the scene, should understand its difficulty better
damn!
than anyone else.
I don't know why I didn't see it yet, but that is some cake that woman brought into the office.
Due to your unique connection and keen perception of anomaly nexuses, we hope we could join efforts in containing Code Zero.
All right, that's kind of cute, though.
This contract is both a shackle and an opportunity for you.
I do kind of like the tie. That it kind of goes, like, through the belt clip.
Perhaps through pursuing Code Zero, you may uncover your past. Once the contract is sealed, no one can break its binding.
Rooster Teeth? No. I'm not talking about Rooster Teeth. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to look this up. It's gonna eat me up. Monty Ohm. Monty Ohm is who I was thinking of. I was thinking about the individual there. Monty Ohm did a lot of earlier projects as well. I believe one of them was, what was it, like Final Dead Fantasy? It was a merging storyline of Final Fantasy characters. Was it Dead? Not Dead Rising. Oh, the other fighting game. I can't think of it. Anyways, it was a fighting game series. It had a lot of Final Fantasy characters, Kingdom Hearts characters. They all came into one scenario, and it started out as episodic of just one massive fight scene. And it was absolutely beautiful and fantastic, and I don't think it was until later episodes that there started to be something of a story developing. But yeah, Maniom has done even more than just that, but that was one of the first exposures I had there. There was a funny video he did that was fantastically done, which was Master Chief versus Samus Aran. But the big funny tagline is, if you've played Metroid, you understand that Samus is a girl. And if you've played Metroid in the early days, you understand that that was like kind of a big surprise for a lot of players, because Samus was never depicted outside of the suit until you got to the end of the game. Or died. People probably saw that one a lot more. But that was kind of the realization moment. Part of the joke for the longest time is that we never got to see Master Chief outside of his suit. We never got to see the Master Chief in person. It was also one of the big criticisms with the series that they did. However, in the Montiome video, it ends with you getting to see who Master Chief was, and they made it another generic anime-inspired Japanese-esque sort of character. All right, there we go. Just gonna give him the basic line there. You don't get my last name. You don't get my government name.
Since Code Zero is undetectable by the Wertheimer Index, we cannot predict when or where it will appear. What we can speculate is that it is highly likely to be drawn to anomalies of Class 7 or above. When it reappears, you will need to
I'm gonna let this auto go for a minute. I gotta step away for just a second. Please bear with me, guys.
A-Bone Antique Shop?
While being an antique shop, it's actually a team of anomaly hunters. Besides the Bureau, there are various groups and individuals handling anomaly containment and nullification, known as anomaly hunters.
I don't need to stay here for further observation?
Consider it a thank you for helping nullify the hypervortex. Living in Hetero will likely be more interesting than you think. Nelly, send him off.
Will do. Space anomaly. Initiate crisis response protocol. Containment units. ID the unit for containment breach.
Containment breach! Anomaly 3707 in breach!
I knew it. Recontain it as soon as possible.
Sorry, Director. I'm on it.
Though it's a low-threat anomaly, underestimating it will still lead to consequences.
All right, sorry about that. And yeah, no bears, just a German Shepherd and me knocking everything over on my way out.
Is this another dimension?
All right, so since I was talking about stylization earlier, that was beautiful. That was very visually compelling. I absolutely adored that. I wonder if these are like... No, they're just kind of out here, out and about. I thought maybe they were like leading off to something, but clearly it looks like a lot of this just... Oh, I kind of... Never mind, I sort of can do a little bit of exploration. Apparently not much. Alright, so I guess I thought I was going the way they were going. I'm not going the way they're coming from either.
Coco? you here to help?
Yes. You seemed troubled earlier.
Oh, you're the best. Once we deal with this thing, let me treat you to a feast. This anomaly has
When you
strong
left,
spatial
slime
abilities.
ghost started oozing
Finding
from the
the
wall.
Nexus in such a large area. I'm getting a headache.
Yeah, I completely missed any of that, I guess. All I saw
key
was
to
the after
containing
effect
or
where
nullifying an
the
anomaly is
magic
called a
door kind of
nexus.
just appeared.
It's usually
But it gave
related
me
to the anomaly's
strong,
nature or cause.
again, I'm
I
trying
must have destroyed the
to
hypervortex's nexus
pull to
at
other
that
things
time.
that I think other people are going to be familiar with.
Director,
It really
you're here.
reminded me
Coco
of
and I will
the
complete the
level
mission.
select options from
He has never
the
worked
likes
in our
of
organization
Mario
before.
Sunshine.
Mint, make sure you explain everything carefully.
Right
But
away.
again, to have so many vibrant colors, these strong thematics, this again, I'm a
are
big
called
fan of things being
bioanomalies,
stylized. I've mentioned
aka
before when playing
oddities.
games that
They often
you don't
appear
really
with
need
other
to
types
have
of
really
anomalies.
big, fancy,
Don't worry,
wild
Coco.
graphics.
I'll protect
But
you.
if you're
Leave
not
it to
going to
me.
go for the hyper realistic thing, you've got to give style and design ideas. And what was that look she just gave?
I'm here, Coco.
All right, I think she called me Coco like she did in the cutscene, but I'm not gonna lie, that sounded like Papa.
Get blown away. No doubt.
All right, hold on. I want to see if. Yeah, no, her combat is so much more immediate. Those other characters were just whatever was up with them. They all seem to have that gimmick of just slow combat. Maybe they're all meant to be just like massively heavy hitters and they're supposed to be slow.
Leave it to
Well,
me.
let me see here.
I'm here, Coco.
Yeah, okay, there's a strong example of the difference there.
Get burned.
That is her combo
Leave
string
it to
right
me,
out of the
mate.
gate. He does not get a hold one, so you've got to play right into it. But it's so much slower, and it's still not as slow as the other ones before. But there is also a gameplay difference. So with his, if you hold your attack button, in a lot of the other games, holding your attack button continues your string. Or not a lot of them, but at least enough of them that it's very synonymous with the gameplay style.
I'm here, Coco.
Her, on the other hand, two very different combo strings. That is the hold, that is the button press. If you just press your way all the way through it. Definitely, I've got to say, as far as the combat options go, I'm a much bigger fan of her style. Okay, so you do get like a bit of a buff here?
Leave it to me.
Okay.
I'm here, Coco.
Yeah, without a doubt, this mint here is just a
This
much
should
more
be the
fluid
Nexus,
combat
right?
experience.
Doesn't seem
And
like it.
again, the reason why I
Well,
think that it's worth
let's try to
note
see if there's a reaction
is
with the container.
playing Wuthering Waves, everybody's character. I wonder if this is just an instance of, you know, how many times can you keep going to the
No
same
reaction.
to the
How
same
did
well
you
before it
know?
starts to come back dry. But playing games like Wuthering Waves,
Just intuition.
all of the combat,
The atmosphere here is no different from where we came from.
all of the combat
Coco,
felt
you have
very
amazing
fluid. I
intuition.
gotta take my headphones off.
If I had
The
even
audio was
half of
throwing me
that,
off.
I wouldn't always
All
be
of the
at bottom in
combat felt
exams.
very fluid.
Oh, I could even
Things
become
just
an
kind of
anomaly hunter,
went
earning
from
maybe 3
one
times,
string
no,
to another.
5 times more than here.
When it comes to Zenless Zone Zero, much the same way. So much of the combat just kind of went from one to the other to the other. When I was playing Arknight's Enfield, again, the combat just went from one to the other to the other. And in that one, I've played the most of that one, and the ability to flow your combos between characters is also
Focus on the task and stop
just
fooling around.
very simplistic,
Director.
but seamless in that.
so
There
dark in
is
this
no
tunnel.
transition
Don't
from
be
one to
scared.
the other that leaves you feeling like things changed meaningfully, besides the character's style and how
We
to
need to
deliver
find
the
Nexus
attacks.
quickly. If we take too long, the space may enter superposition. Ugh, the space is changing again.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay, things are happening.
No signs of the Nexus here either.
No. Let's keep searching.
It's just operation.
I'm not necessarily going to be going through the story. I have no intention of playing this game long term, of making this the new one that I'm going to be all in on. I am pretty much dedicated right now on Arknight's Enfield, so I am kind of just checking this game out to see what it's got going on. And visually, what I want to say is just I want to give the good, because I've been shitting on a lot of the gameplay element that's not as good in my opinion, but
I can
there
smell
is
it,
a
too.
visual style to this. Yes, I've understood the dodge so far.
Coco, don't you think there's something off about this place? Watch out, silly blink! Noisy. Everyone's being so mean. Can't they give it a rest? Whoa! Can't touch this!
What's your status?
The oddities are getting tougher, but still no match for us.
Looks like we're getting closer to the Nexus.
If you
Willing to
still
bet
can't
there's no
nullify the anomaly
strip
after
club in
logging onto the Nexus,
Oh no,
try to contain
hear me
it.
out.
Don't waste
I
a
would
second.
not be remotely surprised if we get not a strip club. Oh shit! Hold on. No, they're giving me the shit's going down
Getting
screen.
closer to the source of all this noise.
Oh, Coco. At times like this, your voice is even more soothing. No one hearing it, but it sounds kind of...
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get like strip clubs like you're gonna get a bunch of naked anime characters. That's not gonna happen. However, at any moment in which the development is gonna fail that, I'm willing to bet 100% the community is going to deliver. Anyways, what I was trying to get at there is we're not gonna get a strip club because like that's just not gonna be conducive for hitting the wider target audience that they're gonna be aiming for. Also, with credit card companies just getting a stick up
I
their
can
ass,
feel it's different
and
from the
there being
surroundings.
so much of a crackdown on anime content and anime thematics as of late, especially internationally. In America, we're not facing it that hard right now. But what was the artist recently
assist
that
you
got
fully.
censored for her own art? Was she made criminally liable for what she did? And I say what she did loosely. She didn't do anything wrong. She made some art, and the UK government lost their shit. But again, if you're looking at all of that and then you're gonna ask, oh, are we gonna get a strip club in this? No. I wouldn't be remotely surprised though if they have a strip club stylized part. Like, you could definitely have these characters in their baseline outfits. You know, I could even see them going so far as pole dancing. Now, to what provocative extent, less so than you'd want, but I could see it. Okay.
Can't touch this!
Finish this!
I'm here, Coco. Don't die. Honey? Here comes the whirlwind!
Don't know where the good and the bad is at right now.
Feeling good. Not too difficult. My mistake. Divide. It's like zero.
I'm here, Coco. Yeah, no stopping. A minor mistake. Can we keep up with the waves? Swifter than the breeze.
Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Was definitely trying to not die on stream. Because I'm not gonna lie, as I've admitted, I'm not great at these. It has happened more than once.
Everything was fine. Why did it
There might be a bacon club, Rich, you never know. The speed clearly varies between character. That's actually a good thing. It'd be nice if they started with that as a showcase. I don't... Yes, that's true. But there is something to be said about characters that just don't feel good to play, too. Again, there are... A lot of these games have slower, heavy characters, but... There isn't... I have yet to come across a character that feels
Let me show you my
disgusting to play. And what's wild is they gave us 3 characters right off of the bat that all felt that way, and I don't know why. If they're gonna have, you know, that be a playful element to it, part of the gameplay, it seems like it would have been... I assume that they did it that way because they're trying to play off the certain characters. They were building them up to be some sort of unit. But it just seems to me that you would want to showcase strong contrasts between the characters. Give me 3 characters that all play vastly different, so that at least as a player I can look at this and say, one of these styles feels more approachable to me. Again, the guy here is definitely a different play style than Nick. She's the only one whose name I can remember right now. There's probably a good reason for that. Uh-oh, there goes my mouse.
You handled the situation well. Mint, take him
yeah,
to A-Bone later.
They definitely have 2 very different styles, but at least they're conducive between, you know, how they flow and how they play. Again, I just, there was something just super clunky about the first 3 they gave us. And that's
Alright,
that's the
then this
player's
containment
first
breach will count
exposure
towards
here.
your performance.
If anything, you need to be hitting them not just with eye candy,
me to
but
take Coco to
gameplay
A-Bone.
candy. You need to give
No time to waste. Let's go.
you need to give the player something that is going to be like, this
Wait,
is what
take
I
this.
want to be playing
We'll
as.
use it to contact you.
Thank you for your help. Mint, let's go.
I assume that so much of that got censored on you, Rigid, because all I see
His
there
instincts
is
with anomalies
she's
is
also a
even stronger
VTuber.
than
All
in
this
his
to say, I'm
reference.
proud to be an
We'll
American.
leave it to you.
Did
Hope that won't
was
cause
there
us
more
any
to that? Like, were you
Our
just not able
director
to
is
share the
still as
the
rigid
person's
as
information
ever.
there?
If you ask me, he might
There goes
be
my mouse.
just a
Damn it,
little
Tom. You still didn't catch
special.
him.
At
Yeah,
least for
no,
now,
it's
he is on
my
our
my
side,
mouse is
right?
currently sitting at an angle. Because go figure,
It's
from
not
time to
far from here
time
to
I am
A-Bone.
constantly moving all of my
If
setup
you're
around,
tired,
and
you
so
can
right
rest in the
now
car.
my
I'll
mouse
wake
is
you
in a
up when we
position that it's
arrive.
not normally at. It is just wrapped around the armrest. Alright, let's take a look at the city part of this. Because again, this is a big part of what I think got widely advertised to people. This is more like what I think. Oh shit, is that the not Hatsune Miku girl? The purple-haired one? Yeah, I was talking about the artist you brought up earlier with additional info. Yeah, apparently like none of it came through. I guess YouTube was not happy about that. My mouse is in a position it's not normally at. There is two meanings to that. My mouse in that context, from where I'm reading that into, is currently a couple of cities away and is definitely in a position she's not normally in. For better or
This is
worse.
Bridge Crossings, the old town area, with many famous old
That
shops.
was weird. I was playing as Mint and had to go talk to Mint. Again, this game is newly out. I wonder if
Is
that's something that
A-Bone
they're
in this
going
neighborhood?
to
Yes, it's on the
change and
street
adapt
here. Follow
for.
me.
You can run into moments like that in other games, but there are also like moments that a lot of those other games that have been brought up ad nauseum for comparison now, because go figure, a lot of these share a lot of the thematics
This is
between,
my
and so you're
favorite
gonna make
scent when I'm out on
comparisons.
duty.
There is a lot of like protection against that
Coco,
comes up
take
in
a
some of
sniff,
these
too.
games, but
The wood.
it's not
cherry
always
blossoms
prevalent, and it's not
moss,
always in every
salty and bitter stone road, the warm
going from one
crowd,
fruit
and
to the
of
other.
course, the delicious smell of food in the sea breeze. This is the scent of Bridge Crossings.
Seasonal dishes
There are
on the menu.
lots of great
Wanna
places
grab
to
a
eat in
drink?
this area. Who
No, okay. Whoops.
Candy at Hunkaku Square, Nekomara Ramen in Baihui Alley. Oh,
All right,
yeah.
there
Don't
is
forget
something.
The Budoria. They're dancing taco.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
I promised you a feast, so
So
after I get my
in
paycheck this month,
the
you can choose
promotion
any place you
materials,
like.
in a lot of the imagery, you
Thanks in
can see
advance.
that there is a character that is just like, I wonder if I can do it with this guy. Again, double meanings. I don't mean it like that.
The wind's just right.
Let me hop down here. Okay, but like I wanted to be on the other building so that I could position the camera. Alright, it looks like he is not wanting to go for
Perfect
it there,
angle.
but there were moments that I was like actually running up this building, and I wanted to see if I can... Come on. Yeah, no, there we go. Alright, yep, there is no specialty for just like standing still there. Anyways, in a lot of the promotional image that you can find, you've got some of the characters that are just standing on the edges of buildings. And I was kind of hoping to recreate that with this guy, but yeah, it definitely gave the implication that there was going to be a lot of exploration in a lot of that. So I do appreciate that it lets you do that right out of the gate. It's not locked behind some sort of skill check where it's just going to be play the
Perfect
game
angle.
in the most boring walk around way until you
Over
get
here,
that,
that's the plaza.
or God help us that it would be locked behind
Does
certain
that tower have
characters.
some sort of monitoring function?
Oh, you mean the Wertheimer Tower? Yes. The
Thank you for that,
data
Rigid.
saw the
Always
Bureau relies
appreciated.
on these for real-time monitoring. But you don't know about the Wertheimer Tower? Strange. I thought all major areas in every city had them.
I haven't seen these before.
Then you... Coco.
This is my first time in Hethro.
Got it, got it. Well, there's nothing good about the city anyway. Commutes are crowded, rent is high, and these big things are ugly, ugly, ugly. And not interesting at all.
Oh no, I don't think they're ugly per se,
she
but like everything else,
misunderstand something?
absolutely.
The Wertheimer
I'm not
Tower
gonna lie,
collects
I
environmental
kinda-
data and
look,
calculates the current
I
Wertheimer
don't
index
mind
for
going to
area
the city
using, some
on occasion.
convoluted formulas.
I would hate
If something
to
big
live in a
happens,
major
the
inner
circle
city
can respond
section.
quickly according to the readings.
Circle?
The BAC is also
Even
directly under
worse,
the circle,
if you've
enforcing
ever
anomaly
driven in a
control.
major city, I don't
Besides
care
that,
what state you're
there's
in,
the
everybody
Egosh
says
Board in
that they
charge of
have like the
intelligence,
worst traffic
the
no
Seleno
matter where you
compound for
go.
containment,
Uh,
the Zero Gun Laboratory
Every
leading the
city
research,
all
and
across the
Groth
nation
Island
just sucks
overseeing
to drive
detention.
through.
The headquarters and the direct branches are scattered in the big cities. Except for the Groth Island, only a very few select people know where they are. But don't worry, Coco. Under normal circumstances, we won't have any dealings with that scary place.
Maybe it's best not to tell her I was on Growth Island before.
I love to get a Blizzy ice cream and munch on egg rolls while I wander around in the plaza when I'm on patrol here. Of course, we were on lunch break. Definitely not slacking off.
Wait, no, wait! Pet the dog. Oh, they make me actually do it. Okay, yeah, no, that's fantastic. Can I do this with other animals? Are there other animals?
Please return it to the security office.
What are you? Well, I can't pet it, whatever it is. Definitely a little bit annoying to do the climb, but like, again,
Perfect angle.
I appreciate that they let me.
The wind's just right.
Is that Mappy of Namco? You know? Holy damn, I think you might be right. You can pet Mappy. I wish you could pet Mappy. Alright. So this is very similar to some other things. It's just a collect-a-thon, get your freebie goodies for all of that. I guess that's the main objective.
It's close to the sea, and there are lots of fun shops attracting many tourists.
It does look lively. Is A-Bone busy as well?
Oh shit, you can actually go
Well,
into all of these though. That's
You'll
pretty
see
big.
when we get there.
So let me take a look here again. This is what we have access to now. Clearly, there is at least that much more approximation of city. And so far, we've got people walking around. You got buildings you can enter. You can't go into every building, but you know, we just walked into one shop that seemed to do fuck all
This alley
nothing.
looks pretty creepy.
A-Bone's revenue is only enough to cover renting a Grumble's storefront on Hankaku Street.
Grumble?
Wait, it means a store on this corner where passersby can hear the owner's stomach grumbling.
Just walking here makes me want to leave as soon as possible.
A-Bone's business isn't great, and Hotori-senpai often ends up buying fake antiques at high prices, so the shop relies on accepting anomaly commissions from the city.
Yeah, It's tough to make a living in a big city.
Yeah, definitely
But
some
everyone
graphical
at Avon
glitches
is a
going on right
reliable
now as
anomaly
well.
hunter. Don't
Again,
worry,
I
Coco.
don't want to be
With me
too
around,
harsh on any of
Natalie
that.
and
The
others
game
will
just
definitely
dropped,
look after you.
and there's gonna be patches and updates coming
Oh,
along.
no.
What?
Natalie, I promised to bring her a tail care spray last time. I left it in the car.
Then tell the car to come back. We'll go back and get it.
But it will delay safely guiding you to A-Bone. I'll bring it back from the bureau later.
I'll go to A-Bone first. You can go get your stuff. Don't worry. I'll get there safely.
I'll be right back. And you are the most understanding person in the whole wide world, Coco!
They put the word senpai in this game. Good lord, that's taking me back to the cringe weeaboos. Oh, man. Well, not only do I sometimes talk to those people, they're still plentiful, and they are still able to be met with and spoken to. Okay, not quite sure why I can't jump over to that one. All the traversing that the game offers, and somehow that one's the limitation. Oh! Well, that explains the fast travel. Alright, so I think I just put a marker down so that I can probably fast travel to this later. But, you know, again, I appreciate the visual aid of that being fast travel. The guy popping out of there. It was a very good show of show don't tell.
Hello?
The hair is giving Scarlet and Violet vibe in some places, except maybe not that bad. Not just the hair, the skybox keeps messing up. Some of the distant rendering, I've seen a couple of things pop up here and there already. There's definitely some issues going on, but on the one hand, like I said, it's a brand new release. On the other hand, this game is also trying to release on multiple platforms, so...
Over here.
Hello?
There is a certain amount of, like, issues that are going to pop up. And hopefully they will have the means to constantly tackle those. I imagine they were just more interested in getting their game out first. I also did no optimization, so we are just in whatever default settings they gave me for playing the game. So I'm sure there's also a fair bit of things that I can do to try and tailor it to what my machine's going to be more fluid with. I love this new guy, though. Again, look, I'm not going to give them... I'm not going to give them any slack on that wolf guy. Again, we have a character who has just got a lot of style about him. We're getting a lot of, like, Japanese samurai-like elements here. Like, the whole shoulder thing there just looks very samurai armor-esque. Oh, and the hips.
Have you been putting
I was going to say pauldrons, but those are on the shoulders.
Mint, it's been a while. If our guest is with you, then...
Yep, here's the new member.
My apologies. You must be the appraiser Our Lady requested from the director, right?
Appraiser? I do have some perception of anomalies, but I'm not familiar with antiques.
Then that must be it. Allow me to introduce myself formally. I'm Adler.
I loved Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but playing Shield again made me realize that Scarlet and Violet is somehow generally a downgrade visually.
Thought you would arrive later.
I am. First of all, I completely agree. I'm going to start with saying yes, I agree.
Inconvenience.
I think Scarlet and Violet had a better gameplay loop. I think Sword and Shield had a better overall flavor vibe they were going for, and they delivered on it better. Scarlet and Violet. There's a very good reason it got all of the ridicule it did when it came out. And then when the DLC came, and admittedly, a lot of the glitches were fixed. But
if you
so
mean as a
much
minion,
just
I must decline respectfully.
bugginess was still around too.
Coco understands oddity language. Tuggy,
Better
don't
gameplay or better
underestimate him.
graphics? Pick one. God damn, that's true.
Nice to meet you.
Interesting ability. It took us a long time to understand Tagido, but now he won't be lonely. Tagido, please go and inform our lady that her guest has arrived.
Tuggy! Huh? Oh.
Please feel free to take a break. You've had a long journey. I'll prepare some tea.
Thank you, Adler.
Wow. This little house is so delicate.
Alright, so we're told that there's all kinds of anomalies, and I do love that she is the kind of personality to
Sorry,
just
Mr.
constantly
Adler.
touch everything.
It was my mistake for not placing the hospitable house properly. Mint, please don't blame yourself.
Adler, is there a way to undo our current state?
The hospitable house shrinks those entering through the door for convenient indoor tours. We'll return to normal in 7 minutes.
Looks like it's a friendly anomaly. Since we're here, its hospitality deserves a tour. Mr. Adler, may we?
I'd be happy to accompany you. We have a slight problem.
I'm not sure if I
When
love this
shrunken,
thing or hate it.
We appear as rather
And I'm gonna be honest,
unwelcome
that
things
I
to
think
others.
is gonna describe a
Tagido
lot
seems
of
to
my
think
thoughts
we're
about this game
cockroaches.
so far. I don't know if it's something that I can grow to love or if I'm just gonna hate.
Mint. Our strength is also reduced.
Adler, the generic nobleman. Yes, his personality is very, very standard and traditional across that stereotype. Oh, shit, wait, hold on, we're making him a boss fight after a boss fight?
Feeling good. Let's finish this!
I'm here, Coco. No blocking.
Perfect time!
Here it is. Next ultimate. Super duper ultimate. Moment. Run away.
Just for a moment.
Okay, walk right into that. See, his definitely feels a lot more in that vein of this guy. Both of their combat styles feels very similar. Meanwhile, again, I return to her and it's definitely a lot more fast-paced, immediate.
Can you keep up with the wind? No blocking.
Leave it to me. Divide. By zero. Walk the time.
Good thing I'm not selfless, formless. I've learned something. Comprehend.
I got this.
Leave it to me. won't let you. Sever. Leave it to me. My mistake. Let's finish this.
Alright, just looking to be done with it now. Alright, I am gonna let this play out, and I want to see this other character that we are building
All
towards.
this racket
I'm
early in the
making
morning.
sure. But I do have some thoughts I want to
say.
say before I wrap this up, because I am getting to the point where,
Darn.
and I'm trying to think how do I describe
That
this.
last bottle last night.
This game
Where's
has
for medicine?
a style that it's going for, and I think it's delivering it very well. I think it's got the visual element it wants. I think it's aesthetically pretty.
What's this dirty thing?
It's got a lot of fun elements
This
to
is our
it,
new appraiser.
but this is
Abel's
way too
antique
rapid fire
evaluations
for
depend
me.
on him.
This
From now on,
is no
I'll do my
joke,
best.
exhausting for me to play. It's
With
not
an appraiser who told
bad.
you to stop buying fake goods, right?
it's just
little
something
brat.
that is actually physically
Allow me to
draining for
properly
me.
introduce everyone.
So I do
Tokyo
think I'm
and
going to be
Apple
wrapping it up
maintenance and
here.
logistics.
What I can say is, out of the gameplay element, from what I've
Daffodil
gotten
is
out of this,
responsible
the
for security.
characters gameplay-wise are hit and miss.
Natalie,
The style,
Security, and
honestly,
Edgar
I've only
handle
got
most
one
of the
character that I
low-threat
look at, and I'm
anomaly
still just like,
cases.
who the fuck said that's fine, pass it
Hello.
through. Other than that, every other
When there's
character
no
so
work,
far has been
can join
fun
us.
visually. I really like this this girl with the red
We
hair.
need the help. But if you want to be amazed, you can come along.
Anomaly cases interest me too.
All right, let's
And
have
is
this keep
Hattori,
going.
the owner
Alright.
of Abo.
In charge of getting drunk every day.
This feels like a Japanese guy tried to emulate what an American executive thinks anime is like. He did his research by watching Ruby and OG Teen Titans. Yeah, and then the dev team all is suffering from, you know, heavy degrees. I shouldn't say suffering. Suffering's not the right word.
10 urchins
But they're
for
all
dinner.
living with heavy
I'm
amounts of
going to teach this
ADHD.
little one a lesson.
There is. I think this is something that would appeal to somebody who has a lot more of that ADHD need for constant, immediate feedback, or you know, that style of storytelling. It's not one that I find super appealing to me myself,
Take good care of Coco. We
but
made
it's
a
one that I
promise,
understand. I can get behind and I can get the idea of,
worked all
and I
night,
think
miss.
this is
Please
doing it
rest
very
when you
well.
get back.
It's not for me. I'm not gonna keep playing this game. I am almost entirely. No, I'm guaranteeing you.
Yes.
I am going
Thank you for
to
accompanying
wrap
me.
this stream
See you
up
next
here in a
time.
couple of minutes.
See ya.
Uninstall this
Your
game.
accommodation has
I am
been
gonna go
arranged.
put like a
Please
warm
follow me.
towel over my forehead, and I am gonna go lay down. I have a headache from this game. There's too much going on, too fast, too rapidly. I think this game is probably garnered to a player that just isn't me. I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't think it's bad. I think it's got a little bit of polish that it still needs that we have seen come into play here and there.
The backyard has 2 staff dormitories.
But I'm
where
glad that
everyone
I
from
didn't
the shop
try to,
lives.
you know, commit to this as a
Knowing
series
the
or something that I
appraiser
was going
was
to play indefinitely.
Tagido and I were
Because
just
there's
tidying
no
up the
way I can
rooms
do
in
that.
storage.
Anyways, I am already dealing with a splitting headache, so I am going to wrap this up. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping in. If you want to chat more, I will be in the Discord for a while, but I 100% need to go, I don't know, have an autism pill or something, grab a Tylenol, lay down, and let my world stop
It's more
spinning for a
convenient
little
on the
bit.
first floor.
Time to take your ribeye out of the freezer. No, I have rabbits for that. I have rabbits in the freezer. I'll just take one out and just let that just kind of act like the meat heat sink of my body. But yeah, this was an experience. This was interesting. I'm glad to have checked out another one of these. I think the visual styles are great. I think there is a lot of vibrance going on here. I think getting to explore the world was already my most fun. I think the combat is a little padded out. Those boss fights seem like they go on a little longer than they necessarily have to. I'm not even sure if they actually do. I don't know how long the boss fights were, but there is something about playing those that made them feel like they just didn't end. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I think over time they're probably gonna dial in their balance a little bit better. I think we're gonna get some new characters. Obviously, there's going to be some that people absolutely adore. But yeah, this is definitely not a game for me, and I am going to leave it on the positive note that I can, and acknowledge the good that it's got going for it, and just say it's not for me, but I applaud the effort. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for stopping in. As always, have a good one. Bye-bye. And before we wrap up here, Anya finally started streaming. You were right. It would be, and you know what? Good on you, Rigid. Hopefully you can go enjoy that one. You guys all